All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Las Vegas Raiders once again. So another day, another training camp. They have had the pads on for a couple of days now. Gardner Minshew, I guess, had a better day than Aiden O'Connell, but Aiden O'Connell dealt with a couple of wide receiver drops. The defense, nonetheless, continues to dominate. This is no surprise. Absolutely no surprise. So we're going to run through it all in tonight's video. But I did like to hear Luke Getsy, the new offense coordinator for Las Vegas the other day, say Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew are both getting more comfortable. So according to several beat writers for Las Vegas, neither quarterback has been able to pull away from each other, and both have actually struggled consistently to connect with their receivers because the defense is just dominating. And folks, the defense is a squad that allowed the 10th fewest points per game last year, 19.1. It's 2024. The Las Vegas Raiders defense gave up less than 20 points per game last season. The offense has so much newness to it, right? You're missing Colton Miller at left tackle. You're missing brand new left guard, JPJ. Both those two cats started camp on the physically unable to perform list. So it's no surprise to me, all right? Then you have to factor who's on the defense, all right? So you got a new OC, you've got a new free agent quarterback, you got a second-year quarterback, and just a banged-up offensive line. Who's on the defensive line? Oh, that's right. It's Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Kuntz, Adam Butler, Tyree Wilson. I mean, the list really literally goes on and on and on. So welcome back to the channel. We're going to run through some stuff from training camp in tonight's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for more. If you could try and get this video to 100 likes, I would greatly appreciate it. We've heard, we're going to get into Trey Tucker in just a second here. But just kind of going back to that tweet, I got something here from Vic Tafur and Levi Edwards. Levi Edwards had this to say about today's training camp, all right? The defense still did their day today, but we probably got the best showing from the Raiders offense I've seen this camp. Luke Getsy does a lot of fun things pre-snap to keep the defense honest, and his unit is starting to pick things up. This is so important to me, and Luke Getsy was just kind of talking about this the other day. We'll actually get into it. He said they've been outstanding. Getsy replied when asked how O'Connell and Minshew have handled the first few practices. Going back to the quote, the meeting room part of it, the two of them, I can't even ask a question in the unit setting without them to answering the damn thing first every time. It's like, guys, I know you know. Now come on and let me hear some stuff from the others. They've been awesome. They're on top of it, and I think they're just getting more and more comfortable with it, and they're like the best teammates too. I mean, these guys are helping each other, helping other guys around the room. I'm excited to see where these two take this thing. So this is really interesting because Antonio Pierce the other day actually alluded to how, or suggested that the Raiders really only needed a game manager for this upcoming season. Now, Luke Getsy went on in his presser and said he wants somebody who can create and make plays. So kind of contradictory here, but not really, because there's stuff that goes into it. Nothing crazy to look into. I keep saying it. If Gardner Minshew is a starting quarterback this upcoming season, I'll be very upset. And that has nothing to do with Gardner Minshew. If Aiden O'Connell's not the guy, then we got to start thinking about the long-term quarterback, even though the year has yet to even start. So, we have preseason here in about a week from now, the time of this recording. And, preseason's 3 games. Keep saying it. We'll continue to keep saying it. There's no way that we know who the starting quarterback is for the Raiders until at least the final preseason game. All right. So stay tuned there. Once again, the moving parts on the offensive line, just dealing with banged up players, that with a new scheme, a new offense. I mean, it really does matter. Davante Adams, for example, has had a really quiet training camp, but it's because there's no consistency at the quarterback position. There's no consistency with the offense. Zamir White and Alexander Mattison have been reportedly not explosive and not doing well. Well, the same thing applies. All right, I have this super banged up offensive line. I'm learning a new scheme, and I'm going up against freaking Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, and everybody else on the defense. Like, Christian Wilkins it's just crazy. He was touted as an overpay, and it just doesn't make any sense. He's an ascending star/superstar in the National Football League in one of the most underrated and most important positions, the defensive tackle. All right. Brock Bowers going back to what we just heard from Luke Getsy, doing a bunch of fun things pre-snap to keep the defense guessing. We're going to see a lot of Brock Bowers running the football. We've seen a couple of clips in camp. We've also seen a couple of clips of Michael Mayer running the ball a little bit. Luke Getsy, and I hate to rag on the Chicago Bears like this. Justin Fields, Cole Kmet, and DJ Moore, that was their offense. That was the offense last season. Cole Kmet really didn't get going until the second half of the season. The first half of the year, and Justin did get injured for a little bit, the offense was Justin Fields and DJ Moore. So I don't think Luke Getsy had a Brock Bowers. I don't think, or I guess he had a Cole Kmet and he had, a DJ Moore, but Jakobi Meyers, Trey Tucker, Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, Devontae Adams, Amir White, Dylan Labe's been impressing everybody. There's just a lot more pieces to get creative and to see what kind of versatility you really have as opposed to his tenure in Chicago. All right. Hate to rag on Justin Fields. Didn't really rag on him. But anyways, we are seeing a lot of Brock Bowers running the football. And just because I mentioned his name, Dylan Labe is a guy who, we kind of viewed as the sleeper, kind of the hidden gem in the back right pocket from the Raiders post-draft, and it's coming to fruition. He can do a little bit of everything, but he's just a gamer, and you got to find ways to get gamers on the field, all right? Moving forward, another tweet here from Levi Edwards. Rookie linebacker Tommy Eichenberg made 2 nice back-to-back plays in team period with a tackle on the line of scrimmage on Amir Abdullah, then dropping back to nearly make a one-handed interception. We also have top pass completions in Raiders one-on-one with receivers for secondary. Michael Mayer with a slant up the middle. Brock Bowers on a zig route. Devontae Adams on a nice back shoulder throw for Gardner Minshew. So, things are starting to come together. We're still barely into training camp. And kind of as we know here, Luke Getsy just said the same thing, something similar to it a couple of days ago. We don't really know until the pads come on. And he said, and everyone on the Raiders coaching staff is saying, the offensive line is going to improve with the pads now on. So you're going to start to see more consistency. Aiden O'Connell is going to have good days. He's going to have bad days. He's going to have average days. Gardner Minshew, same exact thing. But the point is, we're barely into training camp. The pads literally just came on a couple of days ago. Things take time, and it's actually technically at the time of this recording still July. So the Raiders don't have preseason or regular season football for like 6 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now. So plenty of time to get this offense figured out. The good news is the defense got better, and it was already a top 10 defense. So that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Raiders and NFL content. Let's try and get this video to 100 likes. Based on what we've heard from training camp, especially with the pads on, who are you most excited to see play football in preseason about a week from now? Let me know down below. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. Great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow.